So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, together with my group mates, we are going to present our final project for the course CBS 402A, also known as Data and Application Security, handled by Professor Joseph Lucan Domingo. Everyone, meet our team, starting with Mr. Vincent Aban, Mr. Jonathan Cyrus Francisco, Mr. Ian Gilan Goodyear, Ms. Daniel Marciliana, and yours truly, Raven Tamayo. For today's agenda, first is the project overview. Next to that, there's the purpose of the system and the system flow. And lastly is the demonstration of the website itself. So for the project overview, our team developed a web-based academic grading system created using the Laravel Web Application Framework. The primary objective of the system is to allow administrators or professors to manage and organize courses, grades, and also to gain access to the student list. To achieve this, our team implemented a CRUD functionality together with some security features to keep the records and the users safe. For the purpose of the project, basically the sole purpose of our project is to provide a web-based academic grading system for a more systematic, automated, secure, and efficient process of handling school courses, teachers, students, and of course, grades.
And for the system flow, so this is the system or the program flow of Eden Academy grading system. First, the user will be redirected to the landing page, and here he can either log in or register if he doesn't have an account yet. So if the user is a student or a client, he can access his profile, dashboard, and grades. And moreover, he can use search feature and export his grades to PDF format. On the other hand, if the user is an admin, then he can manipulate the entire system. He has the access to courses, teacher, and grades table. And in these three tables, the admin can perform CRUD functionalities such as create, retrieve, update, delete, search, and even export data to PDF format. And that is the flow of our system. Now let us proceed to the demonstration. Mr. Cyrus Francisco will demonstrate the authentication part. Sai?
Thank you for giving us a brief overview of the project, Mr. Raven Tamayo and Daniel Marciliana. Hello everyone. So here we have the welcome view. In the welcome view, we have two buttons, the login and the register. Let's go ahead and create an account by clicking on the register. So in the register page, we have these forms which ask for the following: the student number, student name, email address, password, and a confirmation password. So please do fill up these forms correctly and be sure to accept the agree to the terms of service as well as the privacy policy. So let's go ahead and create an account. So we also have to keep in mind that in a Laravel application, the login and register pages are validated with authentication right out of the box. This is made possible with the help of Jetstream and Laravel Fortify. We have also turned the email verification on this project, and we now have to validate our email by checking in our inbox, which contains the activation link. So here is my email, and on my inbox contains the verified email address sent by the grading system application. Let's go ahead and click on the button to verify. And once you have clicked on the button, you will be redirected on the user dashboard page. So here you can see a greeting which states the name of the currently logged in user. It also contains some introduction about the school, in this case the Eden Academy, which is not a real institution and it's just used for the sake of this project. And you can also see the other features of the app, such as accessing your profile, securing your account, and the main function, which is to view the student's grade. At the very bottom of the page, we had frequently asked questions to satisfy the user's needs and their concerns and whatnot. And that's pretty much it for the user dashboard side. I'm now going to create an admin account. Let's go ahead and log out. As you would notice, there's no separate register page for an admin, as that would be insecure To register an admin account, we first have to modify an existing account and change its properties into an admin one. Regular users normally don't have the capability to do that, as we would be altering the account on our database. So let's go ahead and go into our database, go to the users table, and select on the account that you wish to change into an admin. And all you have to do is change the user type value of user into an admin. Go ahead and click enter, and it's now changed. By doing that, we now have admin privileges for our account. Let's go ahead and log in. And as you can see, I am already an admin. So the admin dashboard pretty much contains the same stuff that you can see on the user side, but with a few modifications. Here we have access to tools such as the courses, teachers and grades. You can create and edit courses, titles, and set the instructors, add teachers, set their salary, and configure their specialization. In the grades tab, we can manage student grade and encode their prelim, midterm, and final grades corresponding to their courses. On the bottom, we have a quick guide for the CRUD functionality of the application. And that's pretty much it for the admin dashboard page. For more features of the admin side, this is to be discussed to you by Mr. Vincent Aban.
Thank you, Mr. Cyrus. In the teachers table, now we will create a teacher record. We will input Efren Chavez, salary of 40,000 and specialization engineering. Now submit. It is successfully created. Now go back to the table. Next is the view button. When it's clicking the CRUD, it will show a snippet of an info about the instructor and their assigned course. Now let's go back to the table. If the admin wants to update or edit instructor information, it can modify the existing record. Now we will modify Efren Chavez. The specialization is IT, and the salary is 69,000. Press update. Now it's updated successfully. Now let's go back to the table. Clicking the delete button, we will delete Eduardo Rodrigo. It will delete the current record information and show a warning if the admin wants to continue to delete a record. Now let's click it. The teacher is successfully deleted. Now in the search tab, we will type Joseph Domingo. It will only show the teacher Joseph Domingo, the specialization IT. Now let's go back to the table. Next is the export to PDF. We will print all the existing record in the teacher tab containing their ID, name, specialization, salary, and the time and date the record was created and updated. The next topic is will be discussed by Mr. Ian Goodyear, the courses tab.
Thank you for that, Mr. Aban. We can now proceed to the course table after we added an instructor. So first, let's add new record. And let's try Bio 001A with a course title Modern Biology. And the instructor that Mr. Aban added earlier, which is Mr. Efren Chavez, and we click submit. There will be a message that the course is created successfully. And now let's go back to the course table. So here there is a six column which is the ID, the course code, the course title, the instructor, and the timestamp, and as well as the actions which is the CRUD function. And the purpose of ID is the ID serves as a unique key, which means the data cannot be recorded repeatedly or duplicate, uh, as well as the data that are inputted on the course code. It cannot be duplicated. And we can now demo the CRUD functionality. Let's view first the data that we inputted earlier, and we will see the card container that contains all the data that we inputted earlier on the add new record. And for the edit functionality, let's go back to the table. Now let's try to change the course code into bio 007A and click update. And now let's see if the data is changed properly. And there. Now we will test now the delete function. And to try that, let's delete the CIT 307, which is the ID number 6. And there will be a confirmation and a message that the courses is deleted successfully. And for the search functionality, let's try searching a unique column, which is the instructor. For example, let's search Joseph Domingo. There, we will see the instructor's course handled, um, and the search is working properly. And for the export, we will try to export it into PDF file. Here you can see there is a timestamp for admin purposes. And that is pretty much all for the course table. And we will now proceed to the grades table, which will be discussed by Ms. Daniel Marceliana.
Thank you, Ian. Now that we have added courses and teachers, we can now add grades. And for the grades table, all the students' grade will be shown here. Now, let us create a new record by clicking Add New Record. So, all the registered students will be included in the drop down with their student numbers on it. Meaning, we have a database connection from the student's registration. And now let's just fill out the form. Let's select a course and let's input a prelim grade to finals grade. Let's input 90, 95, and 100. And let's click submit. So as you can see, we have an alert message that says grade created successfully. And let's check the table. So here in the table, you can see the student number, course title, grades inputted by the admin, average, and point grade. So for the average, we performed a mathematical operation. The formula would be prelim plus midterm plus final grades divided by 3 is equal to the average. And for the point grade, we performed an if-else condition to get the point grade. We just follow the TIP grading system. So here, the admin can also edit and delete and view the records of the student. Now let's try to view the record. So here, it includes the student number, course name, prelim grade to final grade, average, point grade, and created at and updated at. So let's go back. Let's proceed to updating the record by clicking the edit button. Now let's change the prelim to final grades to 50. and let's click update button. Again, we have an alert message that will say that the grade has been successfully updated. Let's go back to the table. And as you can see, the point grade is now 3. A while ago, it was 1.25, I guess. And then now let's try to delete that record by clicking the delete button. So a confirmation message will be shown, and let's click OK. And here, the grade has been successfully deleted. And for the search function, let's try to search 19100071. So all the grades of that student number, that specific student number, will be shown here. And let's try to export. So here is the sample output for exporting the grades table. Again, you can see here the student number, course, prelim to final grades, average, point grade, and last updated. And that's all for the grades table. And the next would be the user side that will be presented by Mr. Raven Tamayo.
Thank you for that, Miss Daniel. So now let's try logging into a student account. Okay. So as you can see, this is the student dashboard. It contains the name of the student. And let's go to the grades tab. So here in the grades tab, as you can see, it contains a card container that contains the prelim, the midterm, the final grade for each subject or course. So it also contains the average and the point grade, which are automatically computed, as explained earlier. And looking at the right part of the screen, you can see a search bar and a print grade button. So if the student wants to print his or her grades into a PDF file, the student can simply click the print grades button. So let's try clicking it. So after clicking the button, the PDF file will automatically be downloaded. And as you can see, the PDF file contains the student number, the course title, the prelim, midterm, and final grade, including the average and the point grade of the student for each course. So if the student wants to edit his or her profile, the student can simply access the profile tab by clicking the icon at the upper right part of the screen. Okay, so in here, the student can edit his or her profile, including the profile picture, the name, the email, and the password, of course. Now let's go to the database of the system and let's see if all the records that were entered earlier is successfully saved within the database. So as you can see, all of the records are here within the database. It's for the grades, for the teachers, the users, etc.
As one of the requirements for our project, we also implement encryption. Here in Laravel, there is a feature called CRUD. In able to use it, you must call it first using this command. And we implement it under the channel on the teachers table. And here, as you can see, there is an encryption string. And if we go to the database, we will see that the salary is encrypted, and only the admin can see it when he export the salary table or the teacher's table in the system.
Basically, that's all for our project presentation and for the system itself. Thank you very much for watching.